Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As you know, there is much discussion about a possible sighting of the moon on Saturday night by Saudi and declaration of Eid today, Sunday. Just to let you know that the moon at that time on Saturday night in Saudi was 4 hours 37 minutes old, and in the UK on Saturday night it was 7 hours 37 minutes old. You should also know that the earliest recorded sighting with the naked eye of the new crescent was set back in 1990, and the moon was 15 hours 33 minutes old. And that's the earliest recorded sighting of a new crescent, a new moon, with the naked eye. And you should also know that the record of the youngest crescent sighted with the aid of optical instruments was set in 2012, and that was 12 hours 23 minutes old. And there are also claims of, in 2002, of 11 hours and 42 minutes old. So therefore, if the moon is 4 hours and 37 minutes old or 7 hours 37 minutes old, there's no way it can be sighted. Just from my recent observations, this is the 1st of March, the beginning of the month of Ramadan. Here the moon is 41 hours 46 minutes old. It's 3.4% illuminated, and it's at 28 degrees. And as you can see, as the night gets darker, you can see the new crescent more clearly. You can also see Venus. But if you look at the picture at sunset, you can see how faint it actually is. This is at 28 degrees. You can see how faint it is. You have to zoom in order to see the crescent, which is already 41 hours old. If you go back a day to the 28th of February here, the moon is at 6 degrees and 0.4% illuminated, 17 hours 26 minutes old. Where is it, you ask? Well, you can't see it. Even if I zoom in, you can't see it because it's too young and it's too faint. So when someone says they've seen it at 4.5 hours old or 7.5 hours old, I'm sorry, that's not a credible sighting. That's an incredible sighting. If you want to see a young crescent, you're going to have to do something called stacking. And stacking is when you take dozens of pictures, 100, 200, even 500 pictures. Here's a picture of a new crescent. 500 pictures have been taken of the same location and computer stacked on top of each other, and look what you see. You see a series of lines and dots. This you can't see with the naked eye. This is 500 pictures stacked on top of each other. So this is the reality of observation of a new moon. If one country at 4.5 hours says they've seen it, they haven't seen it. Even with the most powerful telescope, they haven't seen it. If they've done computer stacking, then yes, maybe they can show a picture, but they can't show you a picture because they haven't seen it. And the sunnah is to see with the naked eye. Someone said to me, prove the sunnah is with the naked eye. My dear brothers and sisters, they didn't have binoculars then, they didn't have telescopes then, they didn't have computer programs then. All they had was a naked eye. Okay, and that's the proof. So let's not follow Saudi blindly. If someone says they've seen a new moon, and astronomical data clearly says they haven't seen it, why have you started Eid al-Fitr? Maybe you've started it incorrectly this time. Next time, be careful. Follow the ijma of the ulama. The Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the ijma will not be wrong. The majority will not be wrong. And the sunnah is to see the moon with the naked eye. There's only one moon. We start the month of Ramadan with the sighting of the new moon, and we end the month of Ramadan with the sighting of the new moon. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us and bless us. Ameen. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.